So Arsenal have won and Manchester City has lost. So that means Arsenal have a comfortable 4 points lead right now because Bournemouth are second, Sunderland are third, Manchester City are fourth, I guess, and Liverpool are seventh. I don't know where they are right now. And it is a beautiful time to be an Arsenal fan. And I know a lot of fans would be like, "Oh, the game was awful, and this is not sustainable. Will not win." We keep winning. We just keep winning. And you know why we keep winning? I also keep winning and Arsenal also keeps winning because I am an Arsenal fan. Obviously I am not winning particularly in life right now, obviously, but yeah. uh, why did I say that? But yeah, Arsenal, it is not luck, it is not unsustainable the way we play. Look at these stats. I just want you to have a look at these stats. Just look at this. Zero shots on target. Zero shots on target for the third consecutive games. Do you know when did we last concede our goal? We conceded our last goal against Newcastle, Voldemort. That to a header, which you wouldn't sort of like relate as an Arsenal fan conceding too many headers. And the fact that Crystal Palace were so good, fact that Crystal Palace came with an attitude that, oh, we will sit on in the low block, will try and will just suffocate Arsenal, will not give anything. They blocked all the services to Bukayo Saka. They also tried to block Aze's path, but I felt like we could have supplied more to Eze if we would have been braver on the ball and would have tried to pass through the lines, but we did not. And one thing I noticed about Zubimendi also, I'll also go to the negatives because there are a lot of negatives as well in this game where I thought we could improve. And with Thomas Partey, I know like this is not, we should not talk about Thomas Partey, etc., etc. But as a footballer, pure footballing conversation, he wouldn't be scared to make these passes. But Zubimendi, often I saw he was going there and then he was hesitating and he was passing there, he was passing there, more of sideways passing, going back also. So this pass that would find Eze, I saw once Saliba did it, and Eze found himself in space, glided through some players, and then eventually he was tackled there. But he found himself in space when someone in this area was brave enough to find him through the line. And that sort of passes we are not playing, and that is why we miss Martin Odegaard. He would boss these sort of areas, and if you block all the services to Saka, that means you'll give space to Martin Odegaard. And if we play as a in this side of the pitch and Odegaard dictates from here, then these sort of balls, if you block this path, you say that okay, nobody will enter this path because Gyökeres also makes run this here, and Saka also makes runs here, and Timber also bombs up the field. Then these sort of pass and Eze and Odegaard combining, that can cause threats to opposition. And that is why I genuinely feel like we are missing Odegaard right now. But rest assured, as we keep going on in the season moving forward, we are going to improve only. This is not a performance that you can just define Arsenal by these performances, that oh, they only score with set pieces and they are like too good, they are sort of a cheat code, etc. Like they are not a cheat code where you sort of term them as, oh, they don't deserve to be champions because they don't play good football, etc. We can also play good football. Eberechi Eze and that goal, that is no joke. Like that scissor kick, that is one of the best goals you will see in this Premier League season this time. And I feel like we have that star power, we have that talent right now, that we can create those chances. If you think about what would happen last season, if that injured Odegaard, half fit Odegaard, or any other player would have been in that position, I am sure he would have missed that opportunity, and we would have wished that, sorry, someone like Bukayo Saka was in that position. But today, Bukayo Saka was just completely eliminated from the game, and eventually, Eberechi Eze found himself in space. And you cannot afford to give any of our forwards any sort of space. Maybe Trossard left wing, we still can improve in that position, and you can give him that side more space than compared to our right wing. But we at least have 2 3 players who are very good in their final action. Bukayo Saka can score a goal if given space in the box. Gyökeres can do that, and even Eberechi can do that. Going to Gyökeres also, I thought he did well. The first In the first 5 minutes, I saw Lacroix moving fast and covering him, and not allowing him to turn and run like he makes those runs. So I thought, okay, we are in for a fight here. It is not going to be an easy game for Gyökeres. But then he held his own, and I felt like Crystal Palace are strong. They are strong. It is not that as easy as you might think that, okay, we should have dominated more, created more chances, etc. Lot of big teams would not create those many chances and would be far, far more defensively vulnerable, and far more sort of weaker than, I feel like they will be very much weaker than Crystal Palace physically. Like, we can compete with Crystal Palace physically right now, and that is all you need to know. Mateta, my god, what a player he is. His physicality, he held the way he was holding Saliba back, the way he was competing with Saliba and getting better of him at times. I have never seen a player physically out muscle Saliba like that. I have seen Isaac go past him, outpace him, sort of, and be like magnificent, basically. The way Alexander Isaac moves with the ball, etc. But I've never seen someone like out muscle Saliba like that. And basically, Saliba got injured and was thrown away out of the game, and that was basically because of Mateta. And the fact that we can have Mosquera in, and it is not like I am saying that, oh, Mosquera comes in and we have no problem, I'm chill. I'm not chill. I feel like, okay, Mosquera against Mateta, he is a young player, he will have to be careful. I hope like we don't concede any like frequent chances, ball in the box, we don't concede any crosses. And we basically didn't. Crystal Palace had 5 shots, none were on target, 40% possession. That too, they had to work so hard, and they are in-form team, and they have come to Emirates Stadium, and they were playing much better than the stats would show. But I felt like we weren't in that much of a threat. Jurin Timber again magnificent. The way like he was surrounded by 4 players and he just juggled himself out of it. So you see his on-ball technique and the way he moves with the ball. Passing can obviously improve, but the way he moves with the ball, the way he carries himself, the way he defends, all the time, brilliant. He might be our best defender as well. You might say Gabriel, you might say this and that, but Julian Timber right now, I think honestly he's like the best defender in the world right now. The way he moves, I don't find any player. And I saw that debate in on DR Sports that the Reece James is better than him, etc. So Reece James, I don't know, when the chips were down for Chelsea, what did Reece James do? I didn't see him in the game that much. And right now, Julian Timber is the best right back in the Premier League. Of course, Julian Timber hasn't spent that much time in the Premier League that you will just term him as the best right back in the league right now. But on form, Julian Timber is the best right back in the league. We haven't considered a shot in more than 7 hours, probably 8 hours, because mid game the commentator was saying 7 hours. So it's probably 1 hour more now. 8 hours we haven't considered a goal. Last 3 games we haven't considered a shot on target. We might have not considered a shot on target in 4 hours, maybe. That is insane. That defensive solidity is insane, and it is worthy of a title. Defenses are worthy of a title. You don't have to just, and look at the goal difference. Let me show you the goal difference. Why don't I show you the goal difference? Look at the goal difference. Arsenal 13, Bournemouth second 5, Sunderland 4, Manchester City 10, Manchester United 1. Obviously, they don't won't even believe why they are there. Liverpool 2, and goals, 4 goals against. Let's see the most goals scored. Bournemouth 16. They are a side that are very fun to watch according to everybody who watches the Premier League. And Manchester City have scored one more goal than Arsenal, and the side that goes all out for attack, that goes leaves no stone unturned in playing on the ground, playing on land or whatever Arne Slot does. They have scored 16 goals as well, but they have conceded 14. We have conceded 3, and that is where the difference lies in this Premier League season. And I genuinely feel like I have learned this transition thing right now on OBS, so I'm trying to do that also. But yeah, the one disappointing thing is obviously Zubimendi. I feel is very safe and he plays safely mostly. And one time I saw he was so hesitant he couldn't find a pass through the line. Like the very second you see the someone in the number 10 position in a bit of area and you see two players are surrounding them, you just fish that ball in. That confidence in a midfielder is like it is very precious, and I feel like Thomas Partey gave us that, and that is why in the 2022-23 season Xhaka had that, Partey had that, and that is why we saw free flowing football, because we were very good at just finding our attackers in spaces which we are not. And this whole area is way more crucial than what you feel like these areas when we are not playing good football. These are the areas that trigger those attacks. It is not the responsibility of simply attacks. And um to talk about the responsibility of the attackers, when you bomb the ball, when Zubimendi, one thing Zubimendi is good is that Jorginho ball, that this ball and Gyökeres runs here, that is where we created our first chance. Gyökeres runs here, then comes back and then finds the ball there, then we find the ball there, and from there we can create chances. Calafiori making his runs. Calafiori, not much to like talk about from his point of view, but yeah, decent game, not nothing much to talk about. We did have like a moment where Calafiori went down, Rice went down, and I was like, oh my god, what is happening? And Saliba had already gone. So yeah, I feel like whatever injuries we need to have, I feel like, I hope and I'm praying that it gets sorted in these 15 to 20 days, and after like 23rd November, after the next international break, when we have those fixtures against Chelsea, Tottenham, Bayern Munich, etc., we have our full strength team and we are ready to go. And that would be very crucial. Like if we win against Chelsea and Tottenham, you can just write off the league. But I genuinely feel like winning this game is much bigger than even that. And right now, if we can keep increasing our lead, consider this, that we have 6 points lead on Manchester City and 7 points lead on Liverpool. Both are going to play each other, and consider if that is a draw, we'll automatically have 8 points lead on Manchester City and 9 points on Liverpool. That is considerable amount of lead. Even if you lose to Tottenham and Chelsea, you they will be 2 and 3 points behind you, given that they are winning their games. Liverpool, I don't even know when the next point is coming from, where the next point is coming for Liverpool. Aston Villa is going to go to Liverpool now that they have beaten Manchester City. So those are the things that are very crucial in this league right now, and I feel like Arsenal are looking so short, uh, the best side to the best, most apt team to win the league right now. And you know what the rival fans would say? Oh, the league is so weak. Bournemouth are second, Sunderland at third. That actually shows you that the league is so strong. There are so many good teams. Even Sunderland can beat Chelsea, who were claiming to be title contenders this season, who were claiming that they are going to win it all, European champions, Club World Cup champions, all the badge honors, such a big club. What happened? Everything, reality has struck now. Manchester City have was signing Rancher. Oh my god, so much flair, this and that. What has happened? How many minutes has Rancher even played? Is he can't even adapt to the physicality of Premier League right now. Ryan just came in. They tried to sort out their defensive midfielder positions. Tried to sort out their. I don't even know if they tried to sort out their centre backs. They have signed Kusanov, etc. They are playing Guardiola right now. So all these things they have tried and nothing has happened for them. Liverpool have spent 400 million this season, and although obviously they have lost players as well, and they have lost Jota as well, but still they to like compensate for that, they have spent 400 million on two world class talents that you would say that the top two players who were in the transfer market, Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak, both have been signed by Liverpool. And then also they couldn't like, they are looking clueless. Their center back, their captain who is supposed to lead their team, hates their left back who has been also signed, and people were praising, oh my god, look at them, Frimpong, Kirk is this and that. No planning, just names. And Slot, when he was given Klopp's team and no signings, he did well because he didn't need to do anything. And now that he needs to do something, he has spent 400 million and he's made a mess of it. Cannot identify what the league is about, cannot just accept the fact that their physicality is not up to the Premier League standards, that the new signings they have bought, they did not consider the effect it would have on new players, the physicality of this league. Just couldn't think about it. And you see Arne Slot and you think about it and you get to know why he has signed this place and why he's finding it tough. He cannot adjust to the fact that Premier League is all about physicality. Miguel Arteta wanted to play good football, position football, pressing football. He came from Pep's managerial team, and he has played under Arsene Wenger. La Masia kid, used to play in PSG with Ronaldinho. Do you think like Arteta doesn't want to attack and have flair players? But he identified that if he wanted to win a league, if he wanted fully efficient team that is like a machine that goes season in season out and can deliver you trophies, he needs physicality, he needs that toughness, he needs that assurance at the back, and then he can build from there. He has built that so well now that even when Calafiori went, you can have Hincapie coming in, and then when Eze is not aware of his surroundings in defensive situations, you can have Miles Lewis Kelly. And the fact that he played Miles Lewis Kelly in midfield when he needed some defensive assurance is also a clue. And I am very sure that Miles Lewis Kelly is going to occupy those Zaka shot, Zaka sort of positions. Zaka short of whatever I was saying. Zaka sort of positions that non-Airy will not non-Airy, sorry, Miles Lewis Kelly will take. And even non-Airy is not getting enough minutes, but I hope like in games like Brighton, etc., they get minutes. And I want to see Donman as well. And there, it has been a long time since we saw Donman. And yeah, I'm pretty much overall happy with this team, and I know the performances are not up to it right now, and it we might find frustrating. But for me, it was all about the result in this game because this was our last big challenge before the next international break. And if we can go to the next international break and then have Madueke and Odegaard back, Havertz back, then we can have our full attack back, and then we can rotate and all our players are fresh, and Odegaard and Eze have some combination plays, Odegaard and Saka have combination plays, and then we built relationships. Trust me, after January, after that Christmas period when these players play a lot of games together, you will see scintillating football. In the second half of the season is going to be very enjoyable. Right now, even if the rival fans tell you that, oh, you are only dependent on set pieces, etc., just wait for our time will come, and we are going to win this Premier League. And I don't think anyone is going to stop us. And yeah, right now I'm seeing the El Clasico also. You see how much space Barcelona gives their opposition, how weak they are in defending aerial balls. How are they going to live with us? Okay, you might score one or two goals against us. That is how good your attack is. That is how good Pedri is and your midfield is. But when you give so much space to Saka, when you give so much space to Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Eze and Odegaard, these are going to create these players are going to create havoc in open play. And then if you concede corners to them, then it's game over for you. So we are on world stage, one of the best teams in the league world right now, and our defense is by far the best defense in the world. And you would back defenses because someone very wise has said, defenses win you trophies, attackers win your games, defenses win your trophies. So yeah, hopefully that is going to happen with us, and I'll see you in the preview of the Brighton Arsenal game, which is also going to be entertaining because the Brighton managers don't accept defending. They will come after you, and if you come after us, you know what is going to happen. So let's, so bye, basically bye.